So my first thoughts were that whether we needed to evacuate or not, and how soon we would have to evacuate if we needed to. I was at home upstairs. Yes, it was a good idea to evacuate because it ended up going right past our house, and it was so close to our house we weren't sure whether our house was going to go or not. We did evacuate, and we went to we went to a hotel. We went to the Hyatt downtown San Diego with our neighbors who we helped evacuate at the same time. They had 4 small children, so we all evacuated together, helped each other, and then my husband had made some previous reservations at the hotel just in case we would need to evacuate, and sure enough we did need to use those rooms, so that's where we went. Well, it was really, really scary. Um, and the only effect really is that just having to evacuate and the uncertainty of not knowing whether our house was gone or what was happening here back at home while we were evacuated. But luckily, as we followed the news, and we went from the hotel that we were staying in over to my mom's house in El Cajon and stayed there and just kept up on the news, and then we found out that we were able to come back to Scripps Ranch. So it was just a really scary situation, not knowing, you know, whether the house was going to be here when we came back or not, and trying to keep our 2 girls, Samantha and Chelsea, just calm and you know, try to keep a demeanor so that they weren't afraid and scared of the situation. The entire city of San Diego was incredibly smoky, and as we moved from our hotel to the El Cajon area, just driving from one point to the other, there were flakes of soot and burned pieces of wood just flaking and floating down in the sky. It was really, really weird, and the air and sky was kind of an orange, dusty orange color, and you could feel it in your lungs. You could feel the smoke, just the haze of the smoke just in your lungs. It was really, really creepy, really weird. At that time, no. And I know that many, many new procedures have been implemented into the fire safety commission has implemented a lot more procedures in how to deal with a fire that large, and I know it caught them completely by surprise, the severity of it. And so since then we've had other fires, and I know from just reading up on information that has been written up in how other fires have been put out, and the response to it, the response time, the equipment that was been available now that wasn't available back then, all of that has changed for the better. Absolutely. But I think that we're better prepared. I think that not only are the residents better prepared, I think that the city of San Diego is better prepared in ways to prevent fires from happening, how to safeguard their homes, how to be prepared in items that, you know, paperwork, documents, all of that kind of stuff that should be prepared prior to anything like that happening. So yeah, I think that we're, as a community and as a city, I think we're much more prepared. Really made you think in situations like that, are you prepared? Do you have a plan? What's your evacuation plan? What about the items from your home? What about paperwork? What about your kids? What about your dog? What about your insurance? Where are you going to go? So all of that. I think friends and family reacted the same way. We were all, I think, in the same boat, just with all the same concerns, trying to evacuate safely, looking for a place to evacuate to, scrambling to keep your kids safe and your kids not worried about the situation, and taking care of all your household items, grabbing things that are of importance, and just just uncertain of what was going to happen. Well, first of all, there weren't enough helicopters that could make water drops, for one. I think they took too long in the response time in relation to the severity of it and how quickly it spread. Um, there were just, I think, just a lot of things. I don't think that there was that the evacuation plan to have a whole city basically evacuating all at the same time, or a very large area evacuating all at the same time. I don't think that the city was well had that well planned out, and certainly the Fire and Safety Commission didn't have it well planned out. But I think it's better now.